guys, good to have you here today. Thank you for joining me. I trust you guys are doing fine and living the healthy dream. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. Thank you for liking my videos. I am very grateful. If you think I'm doing a good job, please like my videos. No pressure. Thank you guys. Yes. So on today we are going to be talking about the foods that you can eat to help you reduce your waistline. It's more like a continuation from my last video where I showed you a graphical representation on how you can measure your BMI, and I also stated other factors that you can use as a checker to check your waist, and that's to check your body status, and that is when you have to use the tip to measure your waist circumference. Yes, it's also an indicator to make you understand your body status, whether you're heading towards obesity, whether you're underweight or whatever, because it's also stated that a man's waistline should not be more than 40 inches and a woman's waistline should not be more than 35 inches. Okay guys, on my last video I said I was going to talk about the foods that we can eat to help us reduce our waistline. What makes a person have a wider waistline? A wider waistline is as a result of fat deposition that goes down to your waistline, and it's because of some kind of food that we eat. Some kind of food we eat contribute to one having a wider waistline, such as sugary food, processed food, and food that is high in carbohydrate would allow one to have fat deposited on your waistline. So what are the foods that we can eat to help us to reduce our waistline? We are going to be discussing about those kind of food today. So first of all, you need to understand that when you have fat deposited on your waistline, it would definitely impact your self-image, it would impact your dress sizes, and it would also impact your health as well, in a very negative way. As I stated in my last video, the negative impact of a high BMI, and I stated a high BMI will result to heart diseases, type 2 diabetes, some kind of cancer or whatever, a whole lot of negative stuff. It would have negative impact in your liver, like your internal organs, that would affect your health on the long run. So as such, when you have fat deposited on your waistline, it's also indicative of negative health issues as well. So our goal is for us to have a reduced waistline, and I'm going to be sharing with you the foods that you can eat and you can consciously eat in order to aid your waistline to be reduced. And there are a lot of things that you can do actually apart from eating food to help you reduce your waistline. We all know that having to do exercise is also an indicator to help to reduce your waistline, because there are so many exercises that you can do that would help you reduce your waistline. More like abdominal exercises, like when you have to do like sit-ups, the crunches and all that. But my focus today is not on the exercise that you can do, but on what you can eat to help you reduce your waistline on the long run as well. Because when you're just doing exercise to just focus on one body part, it's not really realistic, because on the long run we want to have a healthy body. Eating all fruits and vegetables would help us to have a slimmer waistline and would help us lose weight. Make sure you include fruits and vegetables in your diet. It would aid you, it will help you so that you will be able to have a slimmer waistline. So another food that we can eat to help us reduce our waistline is soluble fibers, and you can get soluble fibers from eating oatmeal. I cannot overemphasize this, because oatmeal is a sustainable food. It is something that you can get. It is not expensive. It's something that you can always have available, and other kinds of whole grain as well. You bulk up on your fibers, you'll be able to reduce your waistline as well. Yes. Then another food we can eat to reduce our waistline is having to eat nuts. What kind of nuts can we eat? I would suggest you eat almonds, and you can eat almonds, and you can eat cashew nuts as well. Then probably you can do some granite, but make sure you reduce the quantity of granite you eat as well, because for almonds and cashew, they have the healthy kind of fat you need and all that. Then you also need avocados, because avocados are very good. They have a healthy kind of fat as well. So you just need to eat the good kind of fat and not the unhealthy kind of fat. So you can also eat coconuts, because they are good, and all coconut products are very good. So it would help you reduce your waistline as well. Then reduce your intake of saturated fats and unhealthy fats, and reduce your intake of refined sugars and carbs. Reduce your carbs because those are the building blocks of a wider waistline. Eating unhealthy is going to be indicative on your face, and it's going to be very, very indicative on your body as well. So we want to eat healthy all the time. Stop junk food. It does nobody any kind of good. So instead, it builds up fat on your waistline. Okay, so the kind of foods to avoid, you need to avoid refined carbs, you need to avoid sugars, you need to avoid processed foods. We want to include vitamin D in our diet, or we can do walks and walk from the early morning sun. We can do multivitamins and take vitamin D, and we can also do probiotics because they are very, very good, and they would help us reduce calories in our body, and they will help us achieve a slimmer waistline. So we want to take vitamin D and want to take probiotics as well. So you guys need to research about the ideal vitamin D or probiotics that you need to take, or you need to do consultation with your doctors so that they could be able to prescribe to you the right vitamin D and the probiotics that you need to take, or you need to include in your diet as well. So that's that about kind of things that you can eat, and I urge you guys to also research about other things that you can include in your diet so that it can aid you to reduce your waistline. I'm going to make some suggestions here. So if you're a coffee drinker, I would suggest that you do more of green tea, because people say coffee boosts your metabolism, but the fact is that green tea would boost your metabolism like more than coffee will boost your metabolism. So it is better for you to do green tea other than drinking coffee, because green tea is very, very healthy and it will help you with a reduced waistline. So for me, I drink green tea most mornings and sometimes in the night, because I prefer to drink chamomile tea in the night because it helps me relax and sleep better. Yes, so I'm suggesting that you guys should do more of green tea other than coffee. So you need to also reduce your alcohol intake. You can have a bit, but not go all crazy. Like if you're looking towards achieving like a slimmer waistline, reduce your alcohol intake. Yeah. You need to reduce sodium intake, sodium consumption that's gotten from salt. So because salt allows for water retention, or you can go for healthier salts that has reduced sodiums, probably like the Himalayan salt or the sea salt. Yes, so we can just do a bit of that and not having to do an overhaul, because some people, when they cook their food, they are adding salt. When they finish cooking the food, they are adding more salt. Please, you need to stop that kind of bad habits. It allows for water retention. Do you know that, guys, when you don't manage your stress properly, that there are certain hormones in our body that are created, and these hormones in our body that are created would now be evident in belly fats. So we need to be able to manage our stress properly. Please, guys, manage your stress properly. Manage your stress properly. We need to learn to relax. We need to be able to take things easily so that we will not create health issues for ourselves that will result in long-term negative effects. We don't want all that kind of wahala. So let us learn to manage our stress properly, because we know Nigeria on its own is a country full of stress. I'm sorry for saying negative stuff about the country, but seriously, we need to learn to manage our stress properly. Stress in the workplace, stress in the home, stress in your house, or dealing with people, or dealing with your staffs, or whatever. Let us just try to manage our stress. Let us just try to be mindful when we are handling the issues of life, so that we will not be creating those kind of hormones. Like, our body is so funny. Like, can you imagine your body creates hormones that makes you have like a wider waistline? So guys, with all that I have said today, manage your success by one, I did like a graphical explanation on how you can measure your waist circumference. Always have your measuring tape handy so that you'll be able to check the level of your waistline, if you've reduced your waistline or not. So that's an indicator for managing your success. Then also, don't be too hard on yourself. Be patient with yourself, because these things don't happen overnight. They are slow processes, but eventually we have a goal. We know where we are going to. We want to have like we want to live healthy. We want to have a healthy lifestyle. We don't want our lives to be indicative of like health issues. We don't want no health issues and stuff. So we don't want to be too hard on ourselves. Then we want to take things easy. We want to live healthy. We want to be conscious about the things we put in our system, because they are definitely they will definitely help us in the long run. Okay guys, I want to say, when you're doing exercise, don't just focus only on your waistline. Don't just focus on only, okay, so I have some people that always say, oh, they're just doing sit-ups, they're doing crunches just for their tummy. No, I would say that you should do exercise for your body in totality, because in the long run, exercise that you're doing will help you to firm and tone the muscles in your waistline. Yes, but make sure you eat healthy, include the things that I've listed out, I've discussed about in your diet, and set realistic goals and have positive attitude for long-term success. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you learned a thing or two. So if you have questions or you have comments or researches that you have done that you would like to share and stuff, so please hit me up so that we could share knowledge together and all that. I am very, very grateful. I wish you guys a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye. God bless you always.